Are we working? Tell me when to say boom.
We're live.
Tell me when to say boom.
Boom.
Boom! Here we go! We're live! It's quarantine cocktail time, travel edition, season 4, episode 3. And so here we are. We're down in Florida because why not? Guess what? For all my friends up north, cold and snow. Guess what? Warm and sunny.
Not warm.
It was not as warm and it was not as sunny. It was a little rainy today. But we had some good weather and we played some soccer. And I got a whole team in here. I don't have a whole team. I have some of a team. And folks, we got your cocktail. We got 12 minutes. I'm going to do it in 10. Come on in. Blue Monkey Quarantina. Only business is monkey business. Come on in. Let's go do it. Here we go. I'll see you at the bar. Are we ready? Here we go. All right. Here we are, folks. It is quarantine cocktail show time. We're down in Florida. We got a travel edition. It's going to be bad. But why would you expect anything less or more? And here it is, though. Tonight. I have tried for years to find the ultimate soccer cocktail. And you can Google it. There's no, quote, soccer cocktail. So I've decided to kind of look. Now, I normally don't do new cocktails, but here's what I'm going to give you tonight. Tonight, we're going to do the Shaky Pete Quarantine Ginger Brew. Now, it's a lot of words. It's a lot of words.
Sounds fancy.
And it's not that old. 2008, this guy, right? Pete comes up with cocktail. It's part of a Beefeater gin contest. By the way, if you don't know this, here's how cocktails get invented. Either it's a contest, or if you go far enough back, it was medicine. But contests are where all the new cocktails come from. So Beefeater decides to have this contest, come up with a London-inspired cocktail using gin. Now in 2008, he wins, but the cocktail doesn't really take off until 2012. In 2012, this thing is like very popular and all that. And I believe this is absolutely the tribute to soccer. Now, let me tell you why. AKA first. Why is this all about soccer? We're in London. We're England. I gotta move my cups out of my way. I have a lot of cups. So, if you're gonna talk about soccer and you're gonna talk about England, that's the home. 1863, in case you didn't know, that is when, now look, everybody's been kicking the ball around for centuries, but it wasn't until 1863 when the actual Football Association was created in London, England. And the Football Association, that's where it started it all off. It's okay, we got people on the phone, it's fine. And 1872, fast forward, that is when we actually had the first Football Association Cup played in London. There he is, right back behind us, Champagne.
He played the first football cup?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you look good for your age.
Scored the first goal.
So, tie it all together. So, that's our basis. But here's the beauty of it. The ingredients of this drink tonight are all also London, quote, England, soccer involved. First, we have gin. So how's gin tied to England? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You're going to appreciate this. 1689, right? So everybody thinks gin is Dutch because Genever was the original, drink. But in 1689, King William III, who was Dutch, becomes King of England. He decides he's going to pass all of these crazy tariffs and basically force wine and cognac to be so expensive nobody can afford it. And what happens is he also does this, it's called the corn line of taxes that gave a benefit to anybody in Great Britain that if they used corn for distilling or any grain, that it would be so cheap. It created the gin craze. And what happened was, it got to a point where a pint of gin was cheaper than a pint of beer. It was actually the community, and it fell apart. People were drunk everywhere. All these people could go out, and they actually called, it was gin and gingerbread streets. And you would go out, and when it would rain, they were basically giving away gin, and these people were drinking glasses of gin, buying gingerbread, and it was a whole debacle. They had to flip it all around, but that's where gin started. Our other main ingredient tonight, pale ale. Also tied to England. So pale ale, 1700, Industrial Revolution. Here's what happened. Before this, what happened was the only way you could roast malt was when you used basically wood and peat. And what would happen is it would make the malt dark. And then when you did that, you would end up with these dark beers. However, 1700, do you know what happened? Industrial
Revolution.
Boom! Give the man a beer.
It was a layup, thank you.
It was a layup. I told you I'd give you a layup. So the Industrial Revolution happens, and at that point they start using Coke. Not the Coke that we use on the team. It's a different.
I want the good
kind of Coke.
It's a different kind of Coke. But they used it for fuel, and what happened is that when they used that to basically roast the malt, it didn't darken it. It was clear. And what happened was it allowed the beer to not be dark, but be
Pale.
another layup.
There you go.
Okay,
Very nice.
the pale ale, and that's how the pale
Like we were
ale
just-
Trish
came
would be
out.
so proud of you.
So there it is. All right. So for tonight, here's what we're coming in. We're going to go with this is a great easy drink. All it is a little bit of gin. Oh, I need this. 1 ounce of gin.
Shelby gets
Yeah, I might miss it a little bit. That's okay. You're going with a ginger syrup. Yes, even when I travel, I mix it up in these bottles. It's disgusting. It's all good. Ginger syrup, all it is
that your
sugar.
sweat?
It is. It is. This is how dehydrated I am. It's my urine, which is not bad actually. That's not that dehydrated from the days, right?
I was gonna say, that's a bad urine color.
Ounce,
We got some issues going.
another ounce, and then we're gonna come in with some lime or lemons. Those are the yellow ones. I always forget. Go ounce each. I've never done this, but we're gonna just do it this way.
Really?
Yeah, because my squeezer, I didn't travel with it. That's it.
Did you wash your hands?
Sure. And then we're gonna top it off with some pale ale.
Nice.
Nice. Almost looks like a shandy.
It is. So they call it a kicked up shandy. Is basically what it comes down to. It's basically nice out of the back of the room,
Hey, the true Englishman here.
right here.
73%. 73%.
Is that from 23andMe?
23andMe.
But who's counting?
73%.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that little because we always garnish. We're not
We're
animals.
animals.
Boom. There it is. That is what we will call tonight the Shaky Pete Quarantine Ginger Brew. And it is. It's a spiked up.
Where's?
Oh, and I almost forgot. Wait. Here. Wait. We had it. There it is. Folks.
Cool.
I don't even know what I'm thinking about, but we have some new people here tonight. From day one, we have stuck with emergency. That is what makes it a true quarantine cocktail. It's a little quarantine. Tonight, raspberry vitamin C. Coming from right over here. Thank you, sir. Because I forgot it. Because when yeah. And so we'll do a little sprinkle of that because emergency. Shut up. Is saving lives. And also part of discovered in like the 1600s. Fantastic. Shelves, one of these is yours, but I feel like
Go ahead. Check
Okay.
it.
Oh, my God. I can't
You have
take
to.
yours.
No,
Yeah,
no, he'll.
Wow. Shelby.
I gift you mine.
Fancy.
cheers. Here it is.
He did answer the 2 questions that were really tough.
Yes, he deserves it.
Oh, nice. Yes.
That one too.
Nailed it. So it's really it's a great drink. So got it. It's a nice beer. I mean, this would be a great summer drink, and it's kind of summertime here, sort of. Did I give her 10 minutes yet?
Nope.
How am I doing?
I can't tell from here.
All right. Last thing. I'll leave you with one last thing, and we're gonna blame England. So the word soccer, right? So we just had some great football matches. And this whole controversy, is it football, is it soccer? Blame the Brits. I don't know if you know this, but the Brits actually created the word soccer. Everybody thinks this is an American term, and it's not. This was a Brit thing. So what happened was, back in 1863, when the Football Association was created, at the same time they also created the Rugby Association, because they were trying to differentiate between, if you pick the ball up, rugby. If you don't pick it up, football. So they ended up with the Rugby Association, and they ended up with the Football Association. Thank you. Now, here's the problem. They were almost the same names, so they were like, we have to make them different. So at the time, Oxford, they were big on adding ER to words to make them different. Apparently they were pirates, and they liked adding So what they did, because they would like sport, yeah, I know. I haven't even had any rum tonight. So what they did is Rugby Association became Ruger, R-U-G-G-E-R. And then the Football Association, because football was a shared word, they went with association and they made it a soccer, A-S-S-O-C-E-R. And then they were like, they shortened it from a soccer to soccer. And that, my friends, is where the word soccer comes from. So thank you, London. And here it is. That's your tribute to soccer tonight.
That's awesome.
Is it good?
That was good.
Folks, we're drinking.
So
Here we are. And to everybody on HEC, 50s and over, we had a hell of a tournament.
I'm
Great
spinning.
job, Paul.
Spin it.
Cheers.
Cheers to all of us.
Cheers.
We played a hell of a game.
Cheers.
You know, I would say we are having ginger in it, and it is kind of ironic because most of us are walking gingerly right now from injury. So it is an appropriate drink, I think. So, folks out there, cheers. Love you all. See you next week, Sunday. We might come home. We may stay here. I don't know. Love you all. Cheers. We're out.
Wow.
Peace. Cheers.
3.